Good morning and welcome back. Well, most of you know the Dalai Lama as a man of faith, but Tibet's spiritual leader is also very aware of the changing world around him. I recently caught up with His Holiness to discuss a variety of issues, including stem cell research and how to find inner peace in an ailing economy. Your Holiness, as you travel around the U.S. and to colleges like Nova Southeastern University, what's your main message to Americans?
Of course, everybody used to want happy life. Sometimes you see people, in order to achieve the happy life, successful life, entirely relying on external means, money, power, or some other things. I think that is a mistake. Ultimately, the source of happiness or joyfulness is very much within ourselves. And once our mind more calm, more joyful, then our sort of activities also can be more effective because it can be more realistic.
Many have lost their jobs, they've lost their homes. There's a lot of worry in them. So how do you find that peace, that happiness, when you have all of this to deal with?
The internal value, there's no limitation. If you make effort, there is development continuously and very stable. The material value, even someone who owns whole world, maybe still discontent.
Right.
So there is a limitation in any case. So I think America, perhaps, I think you take for granted all your sort of better facility. So then all the certainty something happened, then too much disturbances. And I think the American people, of course, the richest country, so sometimes maybe your lifestyle, maybe a little too much luxury sort of life.
Too much excess.
Too much excess. So better, you see, to, of course, basic requirement is highly necessary. But then, beyond that, I think better to little...
simplify.
Simplify, yes. Simple way of life.
Your Holiness, let me ask you this. Do you think you will ever go back to a free Tibet?
Oh, yes, certain. We, everybody, all Tibetan, is a belief. Things will change.
What do you think about stem cell research when it comes to that and religion?
That's okay. So long intention is some help or some benefit to humanity. Then from the Buddhist viewpoint, any human action ultimately is due to depend on their motivation and goal. Goal is something beneficial, and the motivation is very sincere. Then different sort of method, that's okay from the Buddhist viewpoint.
So I found that really fascinating. You know, a lot of his words just kind of broke down complex issues, difficult situations, into simple terminology, into just a simple thought on it, which I find refreshing.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of religious leaders will tell you, you know, the debate between stem cell research and religion, a lot of people will say, look, it's playing God, and you cannot do that. There's a big debate going on in that.
Yeah.
But when you talk to the Dalai Lama, he says, look, as long as the intention is well meant and it's for the benefit of humans, why not?
And in your interview, when you asked him about it, he said, it's okay.
It's okay.
That's his first couple of words out of his mouth. So very simple language, it seems, in your interview with him.
And that's what I just found so comforting in meeting him. But get this, he could be the last Dalai Lama.
The last Dalai Lama.
The last one, given the situation in Tibet.
Yeah.
And whether or not he wants to be reincarnated with the political climate and whatnot.
Right.
So I asked him about that, and you're going to hear that answer coming up in our 8 o'clock hour. You're the 14th Dalai Lama. There's a lot of concern that you may be the last Dalai Lama. Do you think that you will?
That's no problem. That's not a problem. The name institution, Dalai Lama, now there's up to 20 people. As early as 69, I made clear publicly, officially, the very institution of Dalai Lama should continue or not up to 20 people. So I don't care.
For a man of peace, the 14th Dalai Lama has been unable to avoid a life of controversy. In 1937, he was just 2 years old when monks believed he was their reincarnated leader. The world was changing around the young boy. By 1959, Communist China had tightened its grip on Tibet. The Dalai Lama fled for his life to India and remains in exile today. His Holiness is fully aware China will install its own Dalai Lama, so there could be two, but only one that carries on the Tibetan tradition. In order for that to continue, the Dalai Lama may choose to be reincarnated outside of Tibet, and that's not all that could change. The 15th Dalai Lama could even be a female.
In case people want to keep this institution, and also the successor, also is people want to follow traditional way, then they search one boy or one child. That also there's depends circumstances. If the people want is a female, then that also is possible. In any way, if the circumstances still remain like this, we are outside Tibet, and then the reincarnation of Dalai Lama logically find in free country. Why? The very purpose of the reincarnation is to carry continuously the task which started previous life. So I come in a free country. I escape to free country to certain purpose. So till that purpose not fulfilled, not achieved, then the reincarnation must be, true reincarnation must be who carry continuously that task not yet established, not yet achieved, accomplished.
It
like
will
that.
continue.
Yes. Meanwhile, the Chinese government, even now, the last few years already is talking about the 15th Dalai Lama. So sometimes Chinese government more concerned about 15th Dalai Lama than me. Political reasons, of course. So they may choose one is a Dalai Lama, but that is official Dalai Lama, but not Tibetan's heart Dalai Lama.
Your Holiness, let me ask you this. Do you think you will ever go back to a free Tibet?
Oh yes, certain. We, everybody, all Tibetan, is a belief. Things will change. So there is, we always hope, is a return.
In this lifetime, do you think you will?
Oh yes, certainly, certainly.
You turn
But that's our
75
hope.
this summer, in this
No.
lifetime.
This is our hope.
Betty Nguyen, CNN, Plantation, Florida. Let me ask you this. There are millions all over the world who admire you. They adhere to your teachings. Who do you look up to? Where do you get your inspiration?
Perhaps, firstly, my mother. Yeah. When I was very young, my mother provides maximum affection. Then, of course, I think generally the Tibetan community, like any other major religion, Buddhism also is very much emphasis importance of compassion and forgiveness. Then of course, when I met these people, you see people smiling, so that also the source of inspiration.
You call yourself a simple Buddhist monk.
Yes.
Many people think of you much more than that. But if you weren't a monk, what would you be?
Just ordinary human being.
Really? There's nothing
I simple Buddhist monk, also ordinary human being.
What does the Dalai Lama do in his spare time? Do you watch TV? Do you watch the news? People want to know,
meditation.
What is it like to be you? Meditation?
Meditation and reading, study.
What do you do for fun? What do you do for fun?
Fun, just to talk. Sometimes joke, like that.